guys, this is Elena Alsru. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's training. I'm very excited to share with you guys what I learned this past week. Hopefully it can be helpful to some of you guys and encourage you guys in your lifting and mental health journey. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining the commentary for this week's training. I am very excited to share with you my reflections on 2019 and what I'm looking forward to in 2020, as well as share a little bit about what's been going on in my heart these last couple weeks. And I wanted to share, a lot of people, you may see this online, but there's a beautiful couple that used to go to my church that moved to Colorado. His wife started a foundation, a nonprofit called Believe Big, which is a beautiful organization that helps people and families of people who have cancer. And she's done some really cool clinical trials with Johns Hopkins. And the reason I'm talking about them, she survived stage 4 colon cancer, and her story is amazing. Her name is Eva Lise Page. So if you ever get an opportunity to check her out, she's absolutely incredible. And Believe Big, some of people I know and gym members do volunteer and help them there. Anyway, if you know someone or you are suffering with cancer, they're a wonderfully encouraging foundation. Please check them out. But the reason I'm talking about them is Jimmy Page, her husband, wrote a book called One Word, and every year he would talk to our church about kind of having a vision and a focus for the year. And maybe not, if you don't make goals, it's a good alternative to how to focus your thoughts and time. Did you guys see Kona just jump up on Brian? That was awesome. Not quite sure what Nick's doing there in the background, but Nala is not impressed with either one of us. So, getting back to what I was talking about, I've been kind of wrestling with what is my word for the year and what do I want my year to look like, when I always try to start with the end in mind. So I fast forward to 2021 and I want to pretend I'm looking back at 2020. What did I see this girl do? So I almost step outside my mind, kind of like what I talk about through Dr. Caroline Leaf and other forms of therapy I do. Like, how do we get perspective on our life? Well, we step outside and view it reflection wise, almost in a distance. Like, what was the story of 2020 for Elena, and what do I hope to see? And so I've kind of done some journaling about what I hope to see for me in many different areas, like quadrants, like my creativity, my productivity and output, and my performance. How do I want to perform? Like the sumo deadlift, 215 for 9 is really good for me, and I'm hoping for a 330-pound deadlift, conventional deadlift, which is a 3-time body weight. That would be what I would hope that I would see looking back, physically speaking, in my training. And what that tells me is I showed up to my training every day and did what I was supposed to do. So it's an awesome measure of what's happening in your life, and it allows you to kind of use it as a measuring stick to see, as a great reflection tool. So what inspired me for where my mind's going to be for this year is a song called Alabaster Heart. And the story about the girl who sang this song, Kelly, I can't say her last name, but it starts with an H, and she works she's an artist, a music artist for Bethel Music out in Redding, and her story's been inspiring me. They actually just lost their 2-year-old daughter. I know it's kind of sad stuff I'm sharing, but like, these people she inspires me so much, because in the midst of her pain, she has found a way to sing, she has found a way to write, she's found a way to have hope and purpose for her future and her family's future while grieving. And in the field I'm in, I am intrigued by people who move through pain and suffering in a way that can encourage people, because that's what I hope to do with my life, and I hope to come alongside others and help them through those hard times and find that purpose and hope and meaning through them. So I'm always amazed by like these stories that I'm sharing. Anyway, her song Alabaster Heart is based off of a story in the Bible, and you guys can kind of check it out, but basically it's about a woman who poured out something that was like perfume, which was very expensive, and just to kind of give her all and show like she didn't want to hold anything back. And it was poorly received by people around her. Like, they made fun of her and just didn't understand why she was doing what she was doing. But at the end of the day, she was just given so much. She was just shown so much love by Jesus in the story, that she
just was so, like, felt so good. And I want to be someone who puts out 100% of what's in me. We all have stuff that holds us back, and I guess something that holds me back is just the anxiety of, one, what, wondering sometimes what will people think, mainly because I want to be understood by everyone, which is impossible. That could take you a lot of time in your life, wasting time trying to help everybody understand you. And I'm just being honest here. It's kind of weird, right? But something that I really want, and I want people to know my heart. And not everybody's going to understand your heart, like why you do the things you do, but I want to be able to share it with you guys, with the people around me, my family. I kind of have this rule: if I'm not sharing and loving my family well, I'm not gonna try to put things out on social media that I can't keep up with in my real, like, my personal life. So it's kind of like a little kind of gauge I have on myself, I guess you could say. So sometimes when I feel like my social media output is slow, it's because I'm trying to really live what I preach. But I'm just gonna try to not try to make everything perfect, just try to give more of myself, in a pure way. Like, I believe that when I walk in a room, what I'm hoping for is people can sense, like, a strength, but also a gentleness and compassion and a free, happy, like, go lucky spirit. I tend to be more serious. It's just kind of like, there's other funny people in my family growing up, so I was kind of like, kind of silly and a little bit of a free hippie spirit, but also a little more serious. Like, hey, I can tell you what's the worst that's going to happen in any scenario, right? So I'm kind of like a safety person, and they make fun of me at the gym because I'm always like, what's the next thing that might happen that someone could get hurt? So you need people like me, but sometimes I can get in my own way, right? So I want to really not get in my own way, because I feel like that would get in the way of me sharing part of my story, and maybe helping some people with, worrying about perfectionism or comparison or standing out too much. God forbid I, wear a bright color. You might see some bright colors this year, guys, from me, because I just want to kind of get over some of those fears and give out of what I've learned and what I've been given. And it's been a lot. So I've been given and so much, whether it's knowledge or information or love, and understanding, and I just kind of want to pour that back out. So I'm going to be working on my creative side a little bit more, and it's going to be okay if it doesn't come out perfect or exactly what I want. But so I took all that time to share with you guys just big fears I have, and just be really honest with you guys. What you're seeing here, you just saw a modified version of a push-up. The reason I went into that was because this was really hard, and it definitely is an assistance finisher. Whenever my core starts to, like, give out there, I just wanted to let you guys know, especially women who might be watching this, anything can be modified. Like, I can modify almost anything, and I want to help you with that. So if you ever have questions about Brian's workouts, the programs he puts out, they can be modified, they can be changed to be able to help you incrementally grow, so you can build confidence, you can build strength, you can achieve your goals. I really just want people to know that, because a lot of times people are afraid to start because they think it's going to be too hard, and I just want you to know that I'm willing to help you guys out with that. If people want to hear more about that, let me know. I'm totally willing to do that. So that's Eric, and it's an ab wheel rollout. Actually, same thing with ab wheel rollout. You want to be able to keep your abs nice and tight while you're doing this. I actually try to hold my breath most of the time. I think he's making me laugh, so there's where some of the smiles are coming from. But it's just another ab exercise, and stronger your core is, the better you're going to be in all kinds of these lifts. These are burpee pull-ups. Awesome to do working on hip explosiveness before the squat. I don't know why, but it definitely makes my squats go better. And so I highly suggest doing them before you jump into that squat. For me, also, moving quickly through my squat program helps me, and not taking too much downtime. Pretty much all of my lifts that helps with, because it kind of keeps me in momentum and in the flow. Just like you're in a yoga flow. If you guys do yoga, it's kind of like you're in the flow of the lifting process through the giant sets. You're going from thing to thing to thing, and they all have a purpose, and they kind of keep your head right to what you're going to do. So I know I shared with you guys a lot of my own imperfections and my thought process. I'm so excited to learn and to grow this year. love um, I love everything I get to do. I love the people around me, and I just wanted to say, if you have dreams and goals for next year and you can see yourself, you've decided this is who I want to be by this time next year, next step is engage people around you who are going to support you in that and can give energy into that. Like if you're someone who needs help with some discipline and structure in your life, get around people who are like that. If you need more positivity in your life, get around people who are positive and stop listening to the news or talking, like being around people who are just gossiping or complaining. Like that's totally going to bring your soul down. Check this out. 225 for a set of 3. I got a little bit of help, I think, from Brian, but to be honest with you guys, I'm super proud of this because my squat's been something that has suffered this year, and it's something I really want to build back up next year. I'm building back up to like an unwrapped PR because my wrap PR was 275, and I'm trying to just do unwrapped squats right now, and so I'm taking everything off of a 265 pound percentage number, so you're just seeing me work within that type of volume. And so I'm excited for good things for 2020 for my squat. I'm hoping my squat can actually be 265 without wraps. I forgot to share my overhead press. I hope that's going to be 150 or 135 for a set of 3, clean and or press. I'm happy with either. Going to be working on some more agility stuff like handstand push-ups and handstand walks, maybe some muscle ups. I just want to be able to do anything any other sport can do, honestly, whether you're a powerlifter, crossfitter. All of you know I really want to go to the Olympics, so if anybody asks what I'm training for, guys, I am training for the Olympics. All right, not quite sure if you'll see me this next summer at the games, but it's kind of what I want to do. So that's what I'm going to go with. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me. I hope this was encouraging and inspiring to you guys.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this YouTube training video. I hope it was helpful to some of you guys and you could take some things and apply it to your lives and apply it to your training. Please feel free to leave any questions or comments down below. I'm very happy to address them and answer any questions you guys might have. Thank you again. It means so much to me that you took the time to see this, and I hope to see you guys next week for more training and mental health. Take care.